Hello, Professor. Brian Ortega here with CST 250, and today I'm going to be going over my final presentation for the Milestone project that we have been working on for the last 7 weeks. And if you've been, following along, we've been creating a minesweeper application where we create a version of the game where it works. We started from a console app to a Windows Form application, and we were just to recreate a minesweeper game. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I've never really played minesweeper until this class, so it was a good learning process and learning all this stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be going over that, and then I'm going to be going over some challenges that I've encountered, because I encountered some pretty heavy challenges throughout this project. And then I'm also going to be discussing the recursive algorithm that we have for the flood fill method. So let's go ahead and start this application. So I have the select difficulty form, and then so the easy I'm not going to do, because this is the one I do. There's only one mine in there. It's just for me to help with the high score form. So I'm going to go ahead and click medium, play, and then it loads the minesweeper game. So let's go ahead and hit that one. And as you can see, the flood fill method works there properly. This is something that was really good for me because it was just very difficult. So let's go ahead and flag some potential mines. So let's say that's a mine, and these, you see we have this red flag here, and you cannot click on it, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and flag that one as well. Let's go ahead, hit there. That's mine. There. Oh man, getting tough. So let's go ahead and hit that one. See if we can beat medium, because I've never. Oh, never mind. There we go. So I didn't want to show a mine on when we hit. I want to show a red square to show that, an explosion. Keep it there. But then when we hit OK, you get all the bombs where it was at, and then but it doesn't show where the mine. If you flagged it, it doesn't show the bomb there. So we go ahead and exit out. And then that just shows medium. So I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna show you the difficulty there. You can see there's a lot more mines. So you have any bombs? Yeah. So this is a tough one. Something that I'm definitely would love to try and finish. So let's go ahead and go to easy, because this is the one I'm gonna show you where it kind of works. So let's go ahead and hit there. And then you see we have that here. And yep, so congratulations, you've cleared all mines, and it took us 6 seconds. And then it's going to ask us for initials, so I'm going to put my initials in here, hit OK. And as you can see, I already had a previous game before, and that's it kind of shows. So it would keep going and going and going until it will just show top 5. So that's the great thing, where we can do that there. And so let's exit out of that. And it's just a very quick and easy kind of showcase for you to show. I really enjoyed kind of doing all these forms and setting everything up. It was really nice, kind of just putting everything together. So now let's go ahead and talk about the challenge that I had. So one challenge that I had was implementing the flood fill method in my mouse down here, this handler here. So what was the issue that I was having is that this cell dot visited equals true was above the flood fill method, and I don't understand how I kind of just completely spaced that. And I was debugging it, and that's something that I'm definitely gonna have to get better at, debugging and just setting breakpoints. Well, not there. Just like I would set a breakpoint here, or actually in the board class, because that's where flood fill method happens. So I would set a breakpoint here, say there, and just run it again. And then that's something that I'm just gonna have to get better at, and stepping into code, because that's something that, and I would have to actually minimize that and just stepping into everything and just get better at that. Because I mean, I know when we worked on it during Java 2, I was really kind of just getting the hang of it with Eclipse, and then learning it again in Visual Studio I'm not the best at it, but I know I'm going to get better, so I'm not too worried about it. So now that's one thing, just debugging and just going through everything and just making sure that everything is kind of how it should be. And like I said, it was just in the mouse down here and just making sure to set breakpoints in certain spots. So I, instead of doing it in the board class, I maybe should have done it in over here in this mouse down handler, just to make sure that everything was working there. So now let's talk about that algorithm that I had issues about, because I know we need to talk about the recursive algorithm for this. So the flood fill method is basically the main part, and why it was so important and why I was having issues is because it's a very important for this game's logic, because it kind of helps us with the game and makes sure it opens up the spaces on the board that have no live neighbors, and then it kind of just helps the game out more, because when I was playing with when the flood fill method wasn't working, I'd have to go one by one by one by one, and then just making, and the recursive algorithm that we have is just very, very crucial for the functionality of this game. So how the flood fill method works here is that when the player clicks on the cell, that is a zero mine, or zero meaning that there are zero mines around that cell, it clears everything on the board, like I said previously. So in the method that we have here, we start with to check the bounds of the board, and then also the base condition being if the cell is visited or if cell is live, then we'll return, which means that it's already visited or it's a mine. And then otherwise, we are going to then call this, which is basically a depth first search, and then it just recursively calls everything up, down, left, right, and then the 4 diagonals as well. So this is kind of like the heart of the game, and it just keeps everything running smoothly with Minesweeper, because like I said, when I was doing it with without this, it was just kind of a headache to play. So it just kind of makes the game better. Just having this logic here makes the game just so much better to play. So to wrap this up, I just want to, what I've learned throughout this project, just working on this Minesweeper game, it's just, I felt it's been rewarding as a programmer, that I'm going to be using in the future. It's kind of strengthened my understanding of this language, and using class library with the console app and with the Windows app, Windows Form application. I just feel like I've broadened my horizons in learning C#, and then something that we have here, using the complex logic like this flood fill algorithm here. I just feel like it's something that I'm gonna have to use a lot more in code. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with programming, what language, or what I'm going to be developing, but this is really good to kind of just get my hands on. So I just really think that learning how to debug take more time. I know this is kind of like a 7-week course, and we have deadlines, and I'm going to have deadlines in work as well. I feel like that's something that I have to get better at, and just figure out how to debug my code better, because I think that is an issue, or not an issue, that is a skill that I'm definitely going to need in the future, because I'm going to be working with other people's code when I am working a real job with this, and then I'd have to learn just how to step into code and make sure that I kind of go through everything piece by piece and do all the tedious stuff. So that's something that I really learned in these last 7 weeks, and I am glad that I had the discussion forums and stuff to help me through this. But other than that, it was a great 7 weeks, and thank you for this course.